started? They should have.
Command, there is only been one thing to define us all. An evolutionary loop used by our most ancient ancestors. These things that have the power to restructure history itself. The collection of consonants that bring us together. These things are words.
Alright, good. We are live.
What? What's with what the? Look at your sign.
What? What's wrong? What's going on?
I don't know.
What happened?
You're listening to KDHS LP 95.5 FM Delta Junction, the world's biggest little station. And this is a co-broadcast with Hutchison High School Stream Team. You can find us online at kdhs.fm, hhsstreamteam.com, and be sure to like us on Facebook. My name is Dean Shannon, and I'm going to be calling the game today here with
Cohen Court.
And this is the Delta Huskies versus Galena Hawks. This is game number 5. The winner of this will play tomorrow morning, and the loser of this game is out of the tournament. So we'd like to thank those watching online, thank those listening in person on the radio on 95.5 FM. And this game is about to get underway. So the previous match was Hutchison and Monroe, and that was a pretty close match. Ended up being some of the sets went past the 25 points, very close. We'll see if this next game is also close and a nail biter.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
All right, it looks like for the Galena Hawks, we have Chiara Demintov starting along with, oh, they just turned on me there, along with Elizabeth Green, Pearl Green, Natalie Burnham, Janali Sirak, and Jasmine Andrews. For the Huskies, we have Keely Harris, we have Mercedes Owen, Brenna Marchuk, Julia Kravitz, Alyssa Hooten, and Kaylee Ryerson starting for us.
On the left side, we have the Galena Hawks, and on the right, we have the Delta Huskies. The match is about to commence.
Judges are double checking the lineup here, making sure all those that the coach put in are on the floor. All right, they're making a quick switch there. With the Hawks, they are pulling out Sirak and putting in Caitlin Alois. Okay, Delta's side checks out, and they have Alyssa Hooten subbing out for Ashley Bavard, the libero for Delta. The libero can sub in and out at any point during the game. However, they can only play on certain sections of the floor. We have Keely Harris serving for the first point of the game here. It's up over the net. Green hit it over. Bavard trying to keep it in, out of bounds. Point for the Galena Hawks. All right, we have Elizabeth Green setting up for the serve. And that is out. Point for the Huskies. Kaylee Ryerson serving for Delta. We have a substitution. Keely Harris going out, and coming in was Anita Kravitz. Kaylee Ryerson with the serve to Green, back over. Marchuk sets it up, set over. Green, ball over to Delta's side. Marchuk again setting it with a hit by Mercedes Owen, and it is good.
Another point for the Delta Huskies. Number 2, Kaylee Ryerson is serving. Number 1 hits the ball, and it goes into the net. Number 2, Kaylee Ryerson, ready to serve the ball again. She hits the ball over the net. Number 2 for the Galena Hawks bumps the ball and strikes the ball out, or spikes the ball over the net.
I count it, it was just on the line there. So the point counts. In volleyball, if it touches the line, it is still considered good. Unlike some other sports where if you step on the line, it's considered out. In volleyball, if it touches the line, it is still considered in play.
Number 14 for the Galena Hawks, Shira Demitev serves the ball. And it goes over the net.
Killingsworth went for the spike, hits into the net. We have a substitution. We have Alona Kottman going in for Brenna Marchuk. And we had Alyssa Hooten come in as well. Ashley Bavard with the serve. And that was attempted to be hit there by Demitev, and ended up bouncing it into her own player. Bavard serving. And a little long. Point for the Hawks. Now we have Pearl Green going for the serve for Galena. And it is low.
She hits the ball under the net, and it is another point for the Delta Huskies.
We have Alona Kottman going for the serve. Hit by Demitev to Green. Back to Demitev over the net. Bavard, Kottman over the net. Tipped by 16, hit by Killingsworth. Over to Demitev, hits the net and rolls over. Point for Galena. Our score is Galena 4, Delta Huskies 6. All right, we have Caitlin Alois with the serve. And it is to the left, out of bounds. Another substitution, Anita Kravitz going out. Keely Harris coming in. And for Galena, we have Cyrac and Scotton coming in the game, both subbing out for Alois and Pearl Green. Serving for Delta, Julia Kravitz.
She spikes the ball over the net, and number 7 attempts to deflect the ball, but the ball still hits the floor.
Julia
Number
Kravitz
5
with
serve.
the hit.
Number
Bumped by
14.
Demitev, and then Scotton tried to pick it up, but it went out of bounds. Julia Kravitz is a junior here at Delta High School, and she actually has a sister, Anita, who is a senior on the team.
She serves the ball in the net. 14 bumps the ball into the air. Number 1 bumps the ball into the air again, and number 4 attempts to spike the ball. And makes it over the net.
Hit the net and stayed on their side. So we're having Julia Kravitz serving the ball again for Delta. Hit by Demitev, and it was shanked out of bounds. I think that they're going to call a timeout here. No, they're not. Okay. Julia Kravitz serving again for Delta. And just to the right, out of bounds. We're going to have Shelby Killingsworth serving for the Galena Hawks. Killingsworth is a transfer student to Galena. She used to play for Delta Huskies. Cotman with the bump up to Harris. Hit by Hooten, and it is good. We're having a substitution here. Brenna Marchuk coming in for Alona Cotman, and 13, Jasmine Andrews going in for Killingsworth on Galena Hawks. Alyssa Hooten, freshman, serving for Delta Huskies. And it hit into number 11, Sable Scotton. Point for the Huskies.
Is ready to serve over the net. Hooten serves. And it hits the floor. And it's with another point for the Delta Huskies.
Ace for the Huskies. And we have a timeout, Galena. So the score is currently Galena 5, Huskies 14. This is a best out of 5. This is only the first set. So we're guaranteed at least 3 sets here for this game. The winner of this game will advance and will play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at Game 8. They're going to play the winner of the next game, which is at 4 p.m. today, which is the Eielson Ravens against the Monroe Rams. Later tonight, we're going to have Valdez Buccaneers playing the Hutchison Hawks at 6 p.m. Be sure to tune in for that. The winner of that match later tonight is guaranteed a spot at state. So there's a lot riding on that game, a lot of pressure. Tune in, it'll be a great game. That's at 6 p.m.
And it looks like the timeout is over.
And now we're back to Game 5, Galena Hawks versus Delta Huskies.
Alyssa Hooten ready to serve. She serves the ball over the net.
And it was over. A little too much heat on that. Point for the Hawks. And we have Carly Mariner going to serve here. Ooh, an underhand serve. First time we've seen this here in this game. Ryerson with the spike. Green setting it up to Pearl Green. Owen with the spike. Cyrac tried to grab it there, but not quite fast enough.
And Delta scores another point.
Score is now 6 Galena, 15 Delta. At the service line, we have senior Keely Harris.
Serves the ball over the net. Number 1 bumps into the air on Galena, and number 2 spikes it over the net.
And it was out. We're gonna have Keely Harris serve in again.
She spikes the ball. Number 12 bumps the ball. 2 bumps, and number 14.
Nice dig by Bavard, set up by Owen, hit over by Ryerson. Good digs there by Cyrac on Galena, but couldn't quite get it over the net. We have Harris serving the ball again. The score is currently 6-17. Green with the tip.
Number 1 attempted to set the ball, but hit it back to number 3, who bumped the ball into the air, and number 2 spiked the ball over the net.
Bavard with the dig, hits into the net, and it is no good.
Another point to the Hawks.
We're going to have Cyrac serving. Oh, sorry. Elizabeth Green serving for the Galena Hawks. Bumped with net hair spike by Owen. Into the net. Point for the Hawks. Substitution for the Hawks. We have Cyrac coming out and Caitlin Alois coming in.
Elizabeth Green serves the ball. Number 3 bumps the ball. Number 5 sets. Number 10 bump with spikes. 14 spikes the ball on the Galena Hawks side into the Huskies.
And then we got a tip over the net by Ryerson. Point for the Huskies. Some substitutions here. We have Susan Shastiko coming in for Kravitz. And we have Emily Bavard coming in for Keely Harris. So now we have Emily Bavard and Ashley Bavard both on the court. A lot of sister combos on the Delta team this year. Okay, Ryerson adjusting her ankle there. Ryerson with the serve. Set by Alois, hit over by Dementive, dug by Bavard. Set Owen with the spike, slams it into Green, point for the Huskies. The score is Galena 8, Huskies 20. We're playing to 25 for this. This is the first set. We're playing best out of 5. Nice little hit by 16 on Galena there. Shestico with the hit over the net and the point. Susie Shestico is a freshman. Ryerson with the serve again. Dug by Green, hit over by Alois. Ryerson with the ball to Bavard. Owen bumps it over. A little miscommunication on Galena there, and point for the Huskies.
The score is 22 Huskies, 8 Hawks. Ryerson serves the ball.
And we have another ace. Galena needs to do a little more communication on the court there. That's 2 plays in a row now that could have been fixed by just a little more communication. Ryerson with the serve. Hit by Green. And we had Emily Bavard go for the dig there under the net. Point for the Hawks. We have a substitution. Killingsworth going back in for Jasmine Andrews. So we have Shelby Killingsworth there at the net. I think they're going for some big blocks here. Hit by Ryerson, set by Marchuk. A spike by Owen, way too hard, hits the cameraman. Point for the Hawks. Score is 10-23. Dementif with the serve.
2 bumps the ball.
And Alois into the net, point for the Huskies. Some more substitutions here. We have Hooten coming in and Kottman coming in for both Owen and Marchuk. Ashley Bavard, senior number 13, serving.
Serves the ball, one bumps. Number 2 sets the ball, 15 spikes.
Killingsworth with a good hit, but returned by Delta. They're setting Killings up for another hit. The net bounces in. Point for the Hawks. Nice to have a little height there in front of the net. They definitely were feeding it to her. That was a couple volleys in a row there, setting her up. I wonder if they're going to do that again here. We've got a serve by Pearl Green. And that is too hot. Point for the Huskies. That is the first set. They're going to switch sides here and we'll resume with the second set. You've been listening to KDHS LP 95.5 FM Delta Junction. And if you're watching online on YouTube or Facebook, thank you so much. This is a co-production of Delta High School and the Hutchison High School stream team. I'm Dean Shannon and I'm calling the game with
Cohen Court.
And so Cohen, what do you think of the this first game here?
Well, I mean, really, it seemed that the Huskies really had it, and in the end they did. The Galena Hawks seemed to be a tiny bit unorganized with their overall coordination.
Yeah, so I think that the communication, like you're saying, is a big factor. They've got the talent there. It's more of being clear with each other of who's doing what role at the time. We had a couple plays there where a little bit of hesitation because they thought the person next to them was going to go for it and cost them the point. Delta has been doing pretty good with their rotations. They've been subbing people in pretty regularly. And like I said, they're wanting to move on. Oh, all right, we've got our stream team there. So if you're curious who it is running these productions, there's a view there. And those are both students from Delta High School and Hutchison High School doing the co-production of the Aurora Conference Championship Tournament. So the winner of this game advances to the first game tomorrow morning. The winner of the game coming up at 4 p.m., the Eielson Ravens and the Monroe Rams, will then play again at 6. And that's the big game you want to tune in for. 6 p.m., it'll be Valdez and Hutchison. And the winner of that game at 6 is guaranteed a spot at state. So there's going to be a lot of people being high energy, really wanting it. No one's going to give up on that match. And that's tonight at 6. Games again resume tomorrow at 10 a.m., 12 and 2. So plenty of volleyball action. If you're in Delta Junction, listening to the radio right now, stop by the gym. We've got more games today and more tomorrow. And if you're listening online, keep going to hhsstreamteam.com or kdhs.fm or Delta Junction High School Facebook page to catch all the games being broadcast live by both Hutchison High School Stream Team and the Delta Junction High School Media Production class. So my predictions for this next game, I think it's going to be it's pretty similar to this first set, but I think it's going to be a bit closer. I think Galena's a little more warmed up now. Delta already played a game today. They played at 10 a.m. and so they're warmed up. Galena, I think they're just getting their legs back. They haven't played since last night. So I think this set's going to be a little closer, but I'm still predicting a Delta Huskies victory.
Game's about to start.
We have got the referees double checking the lineup.
Number 13, Ashley Bavard, switches out for number 7, Andrea Sola.
We're going to have the Hawks serving first for this set.
Green ready to serve the ball.
And just before the game starts, we want to give a shout out to an alumni here of Delta Junction, Anne-Marie Klein. Thank you for tuning in and listening. And that serve is into the net by Green. Point for the Huskies. Keely Harris will be serving.
Serves the ball over the net. 3 bumps it. 14 sets, and number 16 spikes the ball. Number 10 sets the ball, and number 2 spikes the ball.
Bavard with the dig. Passed by Harris. Hit by Owen, but a block by Green. Excellent play there for the Galena Hawks. So we have Dementif back for serving and a substitution for the Hawks as well. We just had Carly Mariner come in for Natalie Burnham. Chiara Dementif with the serve. Dig back by Bavard. Alois keeping it alive. Dementif over. Dug by Bavard. Set by Harris. A spike by Marchuk. And a misstep there by Ryerson. Point for the Hawks.
Mintef ready to serve again. She serves. 13 bumps, 10 sets, 9 spikes. Ball's back on.
Harris keeping it alive. Owen over. Alois to Green. Bavard bumps it over. And we had Mariner go for the dig, but it was a little short.
All right, and number 10 number 10, Keely Harris replaces Emily Bavard. And the ball has been served. Number 12 bumps the ball, sets the ball, and the ball is spiked, bumped, set. Ball is spiked back over the net. Number 2 digs. Number 9 sets the ball. Number 2 bumps the ball.
They're fighting to keep it alive there, and it just out of bounds. The score is Galena Hawks 3, Delta Huskies 2. Pearl Green moving to the serving position. Green with the serve, and that is out of bounds. Substitution for the Huskies. We have Hooten and Kottman coming in.
Number 13, Ashley Brevard serves the ball.
Killingsworth with the bump to Mariner, and then out of bounds.
Score is looking very even for Huskies and 3 Hawks.
Brevard with a power serve, Green with the hit over by Alois. Kottman setting up the spike, Hooten into the net, and that's 4 hits for the Huskies, so the point goes to the Hawks. Caitlin Alois, senior, serving for the Hawks. Nice, powerful hit. That's an ace. Excellent serve. And that is now a Galena Hawks lead, 5-4 over the Huskies. Alois, another strong hit, dug by Kravitz, hit by Brevard over the net. They saved it. Excellent job, Huskies, on that play. Yeah, I'm really liking Caitlin Alois' serve. She's got a nice, powerful serve. Alona Kottman for the Huskies serving. After the substitution for the Hawks, we just had Scotton and Cyrac come in. Alona Kottman, Delta serve. And what did they just call? They called that it was just inside. So that is an ace for the Huskies. Very close.
Catman serving again.
Demintev with the ball to Scottman. Demintev over. Kottman hits it. Scylla Hernandez over. Green back over to the Huskies. Kottman sets up for a spike. And a net hit. Couldn't quite get it over for the Hawks. The score is Delta Huskies 7. Galena Hawks 5. Kottman serving. And Demintev digs it close to the score table. Points for the Huskies. Kottman with her 4th serve. Nice hit. Killingsworth tried to keep it alive. Point for the Huskies.
Ball goes back to Lona Kottman. She's ready to serve the ball. She serves the ball over the net. Number 3 bumps into the air. Number 11 attempts to save the ball, but it falls to the ground and out of bounds. Another point to the Huskies.
This is a good run of points here for Kottman. Another serve. And that is, oh, the judge is saying that Galena touched it. So that is another point for the Huskies. Current score, Galena 5, Huskies 11. Ball dug, kept alive. Killingsworth over. Hernandez to Owen. Killingsworth back over to the Huskies. Kottman pushes it over. Point for the Huskies.
One thing I'm noticing in this game is that there's some people that seem to be hesitating when it comes to striking the ball.
Yes, I'd agree with you. And we have Pearl Green coming in for the Hawks. I think it's a communication. They think the person next to them's going for it, so they do a little stutter and hesitation. They need to be bold and just call out mine and go for it. All right, does Demintev hitting the ball out of bounds. Alona Kottman serving for the Huskies again. The score, Hawks 5, Huskies 13.
And the ball hits the floor, and another
ace
point for the Huskies.
ace for Cotman there.
This match is really looking in the Huskies' favor. The 14 bumps.
Hits the ceiling. That always makes it tough, but they bring it over. Excellent job, Hawks. Delta setting it up, and it's over to the net.
Hits the net and strikes the ground.
That was a good run for the Huskies there. Okay, we're having a substitution. We have Jasmine Andrews coming in for Killingsworth. And Jasmine Andrews going for the serve. Nice hit. Bumped over by Delta. Green with the hit, and it hit the ground. Substitution for the Huskies. We have Julia Kravitz and Keely Harris coming in for Andrea Solo Hernandez and Anita Kravitz. Julia Kravitz with the serve.
She bumps the ball into the air. She bumps the ball over the net, and then number 6 on the Huskies hits the ball into the net, and it falls to the ground, giving another point to the Hawks.
Carly Mariner, underhand serve, and that is out of bounds. Another substitution, Brennan Marchuk in for the Huskies. The score is currently 7 Galena Hawks, 16 Delta Huskies. Alyssa Hooten with the serve. Nice powerful hit. Saved by the Hawks, back over the net. Ryerson hits it out of bounds. Point Hawks. Ashley Bavard coming in. And we have Alois and Burnham coming in for the Galena Hawks.
Elizabeth Green ready to serve the ball. She serves the ball over the net. 5 bumps into the air. 10 sets, and number 5 spikes it into the ball into the net, resulting in another point for the Hawks.
All right, Green with the serve. Hit by Kravitz, set by Harris. Ryerson, saved by the Hawks, hit by Dementif, bumped, hit up by Kravitz, over by Owen. Jasmine Andrews trying to get it over. A nice tip by Owen. Point for the Huskies. Senior Keely Harris serving for the Huskies.
She serves the ball over the net. 14 bumps the ball into the air, but it goes out of bounds. Another point for the Huskies.
Senior Keely Harris, another serve.
Serves the ball over the net. Number 13 bumps the ball into the air.
Alois with a good hit over. Delta fighting to bring it across. Owen, again, Alois killing it out there. Ooh, excellent little bump there by Ryerson. Gets it just over the net, and it just falls immediately. Keely Harris serving. Dementif hits the ball to Green, and chipped a little bit there by Andrews. Not quite enough to get it over the net.
Harris again, ready to serve the ball. Serves the ball over the net. 2 sets in the air.
Green to Alois to Green, over, dug by Bavard. Owen with a nice hit. Oh, hits the net. Another spike, and it's good. Caitlin Alois trying to stop it there. Not quite enough power to get that block. Score is Hawks 9, Huskies 21. This is the second set of Game 5. Alois, excellent set over the net. Point for the Hawks. Substitution, Killingsworth coming in for Andrews, and Mariner coming in for Natalie Burnham. Dementif serving. Kravitz, bump, set. Oh, excellent block by Killingsworth. Hawks 11, Huskies 21.
Mintev is ready to serve yet again. Serves the ball over the net. 5 bumps the ball into the air. 10 sets the ball. 9 spikes the ball into the net. And another point for the Hawks.
Dementif setting up for a serve. Short hits the net. We have Anita Kravitz coming in for Keely Harris on the Huskies side. Kaylee Ryerson serving. Scores 22-12. Ryerson with the hit, and it's an ace.
And the Huskies are 2 points away from winning the game, or the set.
Ryerson hits a green, Killingsworth setting it up. Pearl Green hits over. Bavard over, hit by Green, out of bounds. We're now at set point here. Delta 24, Galena 12. This is the second set of game 5.
Carson serves the ball to the net.
Green sets it. Alois back to Green. Too much heat. Point for the Huskies. The score for this game is now 2 Delta, 0 for Galena Hawks. So if you're Galena, what you need to do here is give a nice pep talk and say, hey, it's do or die time here. This is a double elimination tournament. So the loser of this game is out for the rest of the tournament. Excellent plays by Galena Hawks in this second set. The second set, they're looking much better than the first. I think it was just getting warmed up. Senior Caitlin Alois doing amazing work out there. She's doing a lot of powerful serves, some good passes, some scoring across the net. Excellent job there on Galena Hawks with Alois and Dementif, both working really hard to keep their team in there, accompanied by great blocks by Shelby Killingsworth. On the Huskies side, we had a great serving run by Alona Cotman, scoring about 6 points in a row there. And we had some excellent passing by the Huskies as well. And I think this game is coming down a lot to communication. You know, that as you were saying earlier, there's a little bit too much hesitation with the Hawks. You got to be bold, go for that ball, protect your side, you know, call out, mine, dive for it. Don't just think the person next to you is going for it, or start going for it, but stop because you think someone's going for it. Be bold, be big.
And sometimes that happens, but well, we're just going to see how this next set is going to turn out. See if the Huskies are going to win, thus ending the game, or if the Hawks will end up getting this set. And there's more volleyball action, so if you're watching online on hhsstreamteam.com or live.kdhs.fm or the Delta Husky Facebook page, there's more games coming up. At 4 p.m., we're having the Eielson Ravens against the Monroe Rams, and the winner of that will advance. The loser is out of the tournament. And at 6 p.m. tonight, Valdez versus Hutchison. That's going to be a real exciting game. The winner of that is guaranteed a spot at state. So plenty of volleyball action here in Delta Junction. After this, we've got 2 more games, and on Saturday we have at least 3 games, possibly 4, depending on how the results of the championship game turns out. And if you're listening on the radio, you're tuned into KDHS LP 95.5 FM Delta Junction, the world's biggest little station. And thank you to all our listeners across the state and across the country. Shout out to Alyssa Klein, listening in from Anchorage, Alaska. Game is about to begin.
Okay, referee checking. Okay, substitution there. The libero for Delta Huskies. Bavard coming in. Keely Harris serving to start this third set of the match. And it is a little too long. Point for the Hawks. We have Alois coming in for the Hawks and Elizabeth Green, senior, serving.
She serves the ball over the net. Number 5 bumps the ball. 10 sets, 13 spikes. And a point for the Huskies.
That one was real close to the line there.
Number 2, Kaylee Ryerson, ready to serve the ball.
So we have Ryerson serving. Hit by Pearl Green out of bounds. Substitution for the Huskies. Anita Kravitz coming in and Andrea Solis Hernandez coming in.
Ryerson ready to serve the ball. Over the net. And the ball hits the ground. Another point
So
for the
a
Huskies.
dig attempt by Burnham there, but couldn't quite get under it enough. Score is currently Galena 1, Huskies 3. Ryerson hit, tipped by Green, set by Elizabeth Green, tipped over by Pearl Green. And we had there Alois hitting it over, passing it to Green. A little too much mustard on that one. Out of bounds.
Ryerson ready to serve the ball again. Goes over the net.
And
the
a
ball.
little mishit there by Elizabeth Green. Shanked it to the left. Score is Delta 5, Galena 1. Ryerson with the serve. Hit by Dvodenetev. Tried to be brought over by Alois. Hits into the net.
Another point to the Huskies. Ryerson serves the ball again for the 5th time.
Green setting it to Alois. Hernandez to Marchuk. To Owen into the net. Point for the Hawks. We have Killingsworth and Mariner coming in for the Hawks.
Dementev ready to serve the ball.
And if you want to send in your text, hit us up. Our graphic went away there, but next time it comes up, I will read you that number. You can send us text, and we will give you shout-outs on the air. Okay, Kottman coming in for the Huskies. And we have Owen setting up for the serve.
Serves over the net.
Hard hit.
A bump, and then a spike over the net. Number 2 bumps the ball. 11
Set by
sets.
Kottman. Sola Hernandez into the net. Point for the Hawks. All right, if you'd like to send in your text, oh, I am not fast enough to read that number for you guys. I'm sorry, I missed it again. Pearl Green serving for the Hawks. Hit by Kravitz, tipped over by Kottman. Point for the Huskies. All right, do you think we're going to have another long serving set here by Kottman?
We're going to have to see.
Right now it's looking like it's off to a good start. Out of bounds by the Hawks. Point for the Huskies. Kottman going for her second serve. Hit by Dementev to Green. Pearl Green trying to get it over, not enough.
It goes into the ground, and another point for the Huskies. Kottman ready to serve again. Serves the ball over the net.
Green tips it, and a little too much power on that serve. Wasn't able to get it under control there.
Current score is 11 Huskies, 3 Hawks. Kottman ready to serve again. Serves over the net.
To Green, to Merrier, to Alois. And Cotman tips it over, but I think she touched the net. Yep, that's what they are calling there. So that's a net hit by the Huskies. Points awarded to the Hawks. We have Alois with the serve. Nice, powerful hit. Huskies tried to save it. Point for the Hawks. Caitlin Alois, senior, serving. Slips over the net. Cotman to Solo Hernandez, over the ball. Green to Merrier. Miscommunication there, but the Hawks able to keep it in. And saved by Bavard, out by the Hawks.
12 points for the Huskies and 5 for the Hawks. And number 5, Julia Krivitz, ready to serve the ball.
We have some substitutions here. We've got, have to officially check in for Kravitz, for Julia Kravitz to come in to serve. And Keely Harris coming in to serve. And we have a correction for our text. It is not Alyssa Klein listening, it is Anne-Marie Klein listening. So we apologize for that. Kravitz with the serve, hit by Dementev, up by Cotman. Bavard hits it out of bounds, point for the Hawks. Current score, 6 for Galena, 12 for the Huskies.
Killingsworth ready to serve. Shoves the ball over the net. And hits the ground.
That's an ace. Excellent. That's where you want to place those serves, right in the corner where people think it's going to go out of bounds. Killingsworth with the serve. Ooh, miss hit there. Substitution. We have Andrews coming in for Killingsworth, and we have Marchuk coming in for Cotman. Serving for the Huskies is Alyssa Hooten, freshman. Nice hit. Score is currently Delta 14, Galena 7.
Hooten serves the ball over the net. Number 12 attempts to bump it out and hits the floor. Another point for the Huskies.
Hooten with the serve, and that is out. Bavard subbing back in for Hooten. And Pearl Green coming in for Sable Scotton. Carly Mariner, dig by Bavard. Green hit the ball into her own player, point for the Huskies. Keely Harris with the serve. Hit by Green, Dementev, back to Green, over the net, set by, ooh. And Ryerson too far over. Alois substituting in for Cyrac.
Elizabeth Green ready to serve the ball. Elizabeth Green serves the ball over the net. 13 bumps it into the air. 10 sets, and 5 spikes the ball into the net. Another point for the Hawks.
Our current score here is Galena Hawks 10, Delta Huskies 16. Green with the serve. Marchuk to Harris. Owen into the net. That was excellent positioning by Galena there. They put some pressure right on the front of the net with Dementev jumping up right there. Elizabeth Green with the serve. Marchuk to Harris to Bavard into the net.
Hawks are catching up.
Current score, Galena 12, Delta 16. Elizabeth Green with the serve. Kravitz to Harris to Owen. And it is out of bounds. 13-16. Huskies need to step it up if they want to win this set. Elizabeth Green with the serve. Marchuk, Harris, Owen. Alois tries to loft it over there, just a bit short.
Number 2, Kaylee Ryerson, ready to serve the ball.
And we have a substitution for the Huskies. Anita Kravitz coming in along with Andrea Sola Hernandez. Ryerson with the serve. Green to Alois, back to Green. Hit, blocked by Owen. Excellent job.
And the Huskies get another point.
Ryerson with the serve. Demintev to Green, to Marrier. Brenna Marchuk sets it for the Huskies, hit by Ashley Bavard. Demintev saves it for the Hawks. Another setup, hit, and out of bounds. It was a good look. Substitution for the Hawks. Killingsworth in the game. And we have Demintev serving. Out of bounds, point Huskies. Current score of this game, Galena 14, Delta 19. Cotman coming in for the Huskies.
Mercedes Owens ready to serve the ball. Serves the ball over the net.
No, under the net. You got to wait for it to cross over first. All right, and that is a point for the Hawks. We've got Pearl Green serving. Green with the hit, hits the net. Anita Kravitz tries to save it, but those ones are real tricky. Those serves that just barely roll over in the net are very unpredictable to see how the ball's going to fly. Did a good job diving for it, but not quite enough. Green with the serve, Bavard, Cotman, Sola Hernandez with the spike. Galena 16, Delta 20. Alona Cotman serving for the Huskies. Alois tapping it over. Point for the Hawks. Caitlin Alois, senior, going to be serving for the Hawks. She's been working hard for her team out there. She's been serving, blocking, passing, doing it all. Bavard with the hit. Set. Hernandez, left-hand spike. Point for the Huskies.
The score is 21 Huskies, 17 Hawks.
Some substitutions here. Cyrek coming in for the Hawks. And we have Keely Harris and Julie Kravitz coming back in for the Huskies. Referee marking it off, making it official.
Julia Kravitz ready to serve the ball. Getting ready. She serves the ball.
Green with the bump, tipped over by the Huskies. Green back over, Bavard. Harris with the set. Hit by Ryerson. Little piece of it by Killingsworth, but couldn't quite get it over. Another point for the Huskies.
3 points away until the Huskies win the entire game.
Kravitz with the serve, and that is an ace. Real close to the line there. No player dove for it. 2 points away from this game being finished. Kravitz with the serve, and that is out of bounds. A little too much power.
They still need to work on some.
Andrews coming in for Killingsworth on the Hawks.
Andrews serves the ball, and it goes out of bounds.
All right, we're now at set and game point here. Marchuk coming in.
Hooten gets ready to serve the ball. Serves the ball over the net. And
Hit by Green, out of bounds. So that's a win for the Huskies there. The Huskies are going to play tomorrow at 10 a.m. against the winner of this next game. So don't turn off your computer or turn off your radio. We've got more volleyball for you. Excellent playing by the Galena Hawks today. They had some good looks, some good serves, nice blocks. But the Huskies pulling in with the win there.
Well, the Galena Hawks still need to work a tiny bit on coordination and not hesitating or if they want to strike or not.
So our next game is going to be in an hour at 4 p.m. It's going to be the Hutchison Hawks versus the Monroe Rams. So the next game is at 4 o'clock here. Oh, I'm sorry. I read Eielson Ravens versus the Monroe Rams. Sorry, Hutchison already played. I had the wrong bird on my mind. We have a lot of bird mascots here at this tournament. We have the Eielson Ravens, the Galena Hawks, the Hutchison Hawks. And then rounding out the tournament, we have the Valdez Buccaneers, Delta Huskies, and Monroe Rams. Currently, we have 2 more games today. The Game 6 in 1 hour. That's Eielson versus Monroe. And then at 6 p.m., Valdez versus Hutchison. With the 6 p.m. game, the winner of that is guaranteed a spot in the championships there at state. So this has been Dean Shannon
And Cohen Court.
and we were calling Game 5 of the Aurora Conference Championship here in Delta Junction. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're listening online at hhsstreamteam.com or live.kdhs.fm or watching on the Delta High School Facebook page, we appreciate that. And thank you to those radio listeners here in Delta Junction listening on 95.5 FM. You've been listening to KDHS LP 95.5 FM, Delta Junction, the world's biggest little station. We're going to go off air here. We will be back in an hour for the next game, the Eielson Ravens versus the Monroe Rams.
See you guys then.